Well, that came out of nowhere. Wow. I did not see that coming. Well, good morning, guys. We're back out here at HQ. It is time to put in the pipe. Gumby's over here cleaning up the ditch just a little bit. I got Uber warming up. I'm about to grab the big pole that we're gonna put the breaker box on. We're gonna go in and get the box set first. That way we know where we need to run all of our pipe. I already got the pipe laid out the other day. Once we get the breaker box mounted, then we'll start gluing together the pipe, get it put into the ditch, get our sweeps on, and then we got to be able to put a pull string all the way through the pipe, which we'll use a shop vac and suck it through the pipe. It's gonna be a big day. And then I got word from the engineer that we can go ahead and fill in the ditch once we got the pipe in there. So it's gonna be a busy day. Do not try this at home. Take a ladder, baby. Suck it in. Pole is set. Got a couple of screws up top right there. Got it pretty close to the bottom here. Now we're gonna have to take some of these 2x10s and cut those and build a little platform. Big old breaker box right here. All right, let's get out the skill saw. I went ahead and left the grapple up. This is gonna be our sawhorses. All right, guys, I'm gonna act like a pirate, and I made me a plank.
Walk the plank, Lottie.
Walk the plank, matey. So, basically, our meter's got to be what, 5 foot?
Between 5 and 6 foot.
5 and 6 foot, which is right around there where he's at.
I've already marked it right here, so this is where we got to have our meter.
So is that the 5 foot, or is that
That's the 5 foot there, and the 6 foot's up here.
Yeah, so the meter needs to be around there. How long is the box itself?
36 inches.
All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do the boards at 2 foot wide. That'll give us a little bit on each side. I think that'll work out lovely. So let's go ahead and cut one at 2 foot, and then we'll get it put up there, and the rest of them will just stack off of that. Check my depth. Depth's good.
Tip for you whenever you're doing this kind of thing. Remember, your blade is an 1/8. So when you're doing that wide, you just add an 1/8. Line up the 2 lines and you are rocking. And I got my level right here. Pretty anal about it. When the level fell, it got me, y'all.
I'm not gonna tighten it up all the way. All right, guys, what we got to do out of the box is we got to go with schedule 80. We can run schedule 40 all the way down the trench, but coming off of the breaker and up the telephone pole over there, or the electric pole, I should say. We ain't got telephones over here. It's got to be schedule 80. So we got some schedule 80 90s right here, and I got one 10-foot stick, a schedule 80 pipe. They was proud of that. Let me tell you, about $28 for one stick. So what we got to do is pop out the holes pour these fancy what's happenings right here. This right here will come in from the bottom. This right here will screw in from the top. Glue it right there. You don't really have to glue it for electric, but we're going to glue it anyways.
Yeah.
And that right there will give a nice watertight seal coming into the breaker box. And then I've also got, let me dig in my bag of goodies. I've also got an 1.5 inch one, which does not have to be schedule 80, that we're actually going to use to run into the shop when we're ready for that process. But we're going to go ahead and pop the holes now. Full transparency, I've never been good at popping the holes, so hopefully Gary's got a trick.
I got a trick for this, man. Sometimes I know what I'm talking about.
He's trying to work his way to Mario status. We got chain locks. That'll work.
Yeah, that works. Just something to grab a hold of it. Oh, you're right in the light.
He's blind.
Little tiny light I gotta use here.
Alright guys, when Gumby was popping the rings out the bottom of the breaker box right there, the outer ring actually popped out with it. It's very difficult to just get a certain ring out of those things the way they got it situated. Well, the problem is with the outer ring, this right here just slides all the way through, so that's not going to work. So I ran up to the parts store to try to find a washer or like a 2.5 inch male that'll reduce down to 2. And well, nobody in the area sells anything like that. So gonna have to think a little bit outside the box. So I got an electrical plate cover. This is thin sheet metal with a little rubber gasket on it. It's got 2 screw holes on it. I got a hole saw that's just a little bit bigger than the threads, and I'm gonna screw that to the table so it doesn't move. I'm gonna put this on there like that, make a mark all the way around it, or the actual, I'm gonna put this on there, make a mark all the way around it, and then I'm gonna cut out the hole and basically make a big old metal washer with a rubber gasket. And then we'll screw that to the breaker box, and it'd actually be better than the setup they had to begin with.
Yep.
Gotta think outside the box sometimes. I got a little MacGyver in me, come on.
That, and you got me here too, so that helps.
I mean, to be fair, he's the reason why I had to do this.
Oh man. Damn, I'm not getting thrown underneath the bus and run over.
I put it in reverse on him.
Was that a bump in the road? No, that's just Gumby. It's good.
I mean, let's rewind the tape. Full transparency, I've never been good at popping the holes, so hopefully Gary's got a trick.
I got a trick for this, man. Sometimes I know what I'm talking about. Yeah, he not always. He said that was something in the road, man. Man, I thought it was my car. Let me back up and make sure.
Oh. Look, why are y'all getting so involved? Let me drill it. That is how you make a redneck washer. Now we're gonna have to see if this will fit inside the breaker box. If it will, we won't have to trim the edges, but if it won't, we got a Sawzall, we can trim it a little bit. So Gumby took it over to his shop, used the grinder, grinded it up. It looks like that was bought for it, don't it? Come on!
He's not the only metal master around here.
All right, let me show you what it looks like inside. See, and now we can pop some screws in here, and that right there will keep it nice and tight. Well, y'all didn't even see that, guys, but look at that. Looks factory. Looks factory.
It is factory. Our factory.
Yeah. It's a little junky, come on.
Right?
Chunky, come on. You got to think outside the box out here, guys. That actually looks like it's going to be a lot more stable than what it would have originally been. So
yeah.
So while I was gone, Gumby already ran a couple of pieces of pipe, and it looks like he's got the 90 on there already. So we're going to go ahead and run this pipe all the way down, connect that 90, and then we will carry out the pipe. We're on the downstretch now.
The downstroke.
The downstroke.
Quite a bit right there. That's good.
All right, slide it first.
Let me get that block.
Twist it and push up. Yeah. Go back towards the back of the hole some. There you go. There you go. Beautiful. All right, guys, we had to jump the truck and cool down for a minute. It's over 100 degrees, and the camera, as you can see, the camera keeps fogging up. Had to cool off the camera just so it would stop shutting off on y'all. But we got this first section, and right here filled up with dirt. That way it doesn't try to move and stuff whenever we're putting in the rest of the pipe. We're gonna jump down in the hole now, and we're gonna blaze our way right on down with all of the pipe. The lens is cold now, and it is hot out here. I'm gonna put y'all on time lapse, and we're gonna lay some pipe. Come on.
Get your ass up and out of this bed. Get a little mud on your truck tire tread. Roll through the city with the radio loud. We got no time for messing around. It's life off grid on Come On Mountain. 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 You get a little closer, girl, it's alright. You're not in the city, we ain't gotta fight. Life off grid is a little bit wild and free. I'm running from the city life, I'm living wild and free. Living off the land with a gun in my hand. I'm trying to bring back the life of a pioneer now. Life off grid on Come On Mountain. Life off grid on Come On Mountain. You get a little closer, girl, it's alright. You're not in the city, we ain't gotta fight. Life off grid is a little bit wild and free.
Alright guys, we got the pipe all the way into the pole over there, and I'm going to be starting to backfill it. Once he gets the bulk of that done, then I will bring Uber in and level everything out.
Mountain is the life for me. I left the city to be wild and free, chasing that off-grid life, looking for my pioneer wife. Hunting and fishing, living off the land, doing the best I can.
Well, that came out of nowhere. Wow. I did not see that coming. Hopefully it's just a quick little storm, because I got things to do. Gumby's got a cab, I don't. Well, it's a good opportunity to see where the water's been coming from in here. You can see it coming from up underneath the door right there. I'm gonna have to put a lean-to over that side of that door, I can see.